No one expected the internet to erupt the way it did. Without a single warning, no teaser, no countdown, no marketing hints, the studio suddenly dropped the official trailer for The Last Promise. Within minutes, millions of fans had clicked play, then clicked again, replaying the same heart-stopping moments like they were witnessing history unfold. But nothing, absolutely nothing, created a bigger shockwave than the sight of Sam Heughan and Caitriona Balfe returning together in a forbidden love story that felt too intense, too emotional, too real to ignore. It was as if the universe had pressed a reset button on the world of romance dramas. The trailer opened with Sam standing alone on a cliff at dawn, wind slashing across his face, his armor battered, his eyes carrying a lifetime of unspoken grief. He looked older, heavier, not in age, but in the weight of secrets a man was never meant to bear. His voiceover broke the silence with a single line that sent chills across the fandom. "Love was never meant for men like me." The tone was set. This wasn't just another role for Sam. This was a wounded hero fighting fate itself. Then came the moment no one was prepared for. A soft rustle, a turn of the camera, a dim candlelit room, and Caitríona appeared. Her presence was electric. She wore a dark, elegant dress, her hair pinned back, her expression filled with the kind of sorrow that makes every viewer hold their breath. This was not the gentle healer fans remembered from earlier roles. This was a woman trapped between duty and desire, carrying a secret that could destroy kingdoms. Her first line in the trailer, whispered, trembling, triggered instant chaos online. "I should have forgotten you long ago." For a split second, the screen went dark. Then everything exploded. Lightning flashed. Rain poured. Sam's character grabbed Caitríona's wrist under the storm's fury, his voice raw as he breathed. "Tell me you don't feel it." She stared at him, torn apart, her lips trembling as though one word from her could shatter the world they stood in. Fans immediately started dissecting the scene frame by frame, convinced the chemistry wasn't acting. It was something deeper, something neither of them could hide. Social media caught fire, calling the trailer too intense for human consumption. The forbidden love plotline became the centerpiece of every discussion. It was clear from the trailer that their characters were bound by a brutal law. Anyone caught loving beyond their caste boundaries would face exile or death. This wasn't just a love story. This was a love crime. One neither of them seemed capable of abandoning, no matter the consequences. Then the trailer revealed the symbol that drove fans wild. A blood-red seal burned into Sam's character's arm, marking him as someone forbidden from forming attachments. The camera zoomed in on the mark, then cut to Caitríona clutching his hand desperately, her eyes flooding with fear. That single visual became an instant fandom obsession. People were already theorizing what the mark meant, why he had it, and how their love could possibly survive it. More flashes followed. Sam fighting through guards, blood on his face. Caitríona running through a dim hallway, tears streaming down her cheeks. A close-up of their hands brushing briefly, too briefly, as if the world itself was ripping them apart. Every moment was crafted like a blow to the heart, intensifying the emotional pressure until viewers could barely breathe. But the moment that truly broke the internet came near the end. The music quieted. Sam and Caitríona stood inches apart in a candlelit chapel, shadows flickering over their faces. She whispered, "If they find us, they will kill you." His response was barely a breath, but it carried enough weight to crush anyone listening. "Then let it be worth dying for." Viewers gasped. Comment sections exploded. Reaction videos multiplied instantly. And then the very last line of the trailer dropped, the one that sent shivers worldwide. Sam looked at her one last time, eyes burning with unstoppable devotion, and said, "This is my last promise to you." Black screen. Title reveal. Fans screaming into their phones. Within minutes, The Last Promise became the #1 trending video globally. Outlander fans declared it the greatest reunion in history, while movie critics praised the emotional depth and hinted that Sam and Caitríona's performances might be their most powerful yet. And somewhere between the storm scenes, the trembling whispers, and the forbidden vows, one undeniable truth emerged. This was not just another trailer. This was a declaration, a promise, of a story the world was absolutely not ready for. The hours following the trailer release felt unreal. Fans weren't just talking about the story. They were dissecting every breath, every glance, every millisecond of interaction between Sam Heughan and Caitriona Balfe. It had been years since the two acted together in a romantic storyline, yet the chemistry in The Last Promise felt sharper, heavier, almost too raw to be manufactured. For many, the real shock wasn't the forbidden love, it was how genuine the emotions appeared on screen. The line between acting and truth had never looked thinner. Speculations about their reunion quickly flooded social media. Fans questioned how the studio convinced both stars to come back for a project this intimate. Rumors spread about secret meetings, late-night script readings, and producers insisting that no one else could carry the emotional weight of the story. One insider revealed that the entire screenplay had been written with Sam and Caitríona in mind from the start, long before contracts were discussed. It wasn't casting, the insider said. It was destiny. Behind-the-scenes whispers painted an even more intense picture. Production members claimed they witnessed moments between the actors that weren't in the script, tiny gestures, soft looks, lingering silence that felt too natural. In one rehearsal, Sam reportedly placed a hand on Caitríona's cheek with such tenderness that the entire crew fell silent. "We didn't feel like we were watching a rehearsal," a lighting technician shared. "We felt like we were interrupting something private." That comment alone fueled days of online frenzy. The atmosphere on set seemed to magnify the emotional bond between their characters. Filming took place in isolated castles, fog-covered cliffs, and dim-lit chambers, making the line between story and reality blur even further. Crew members admitted that the environment created a haunting energy that pushed both actors deeper into their roles. Caitríona once stepped out of a scene with tears still streaming down her face, unable to break character for several minutes. Sam followed her quietly, speaking softly to help her regain her breath. Moments like these became the heart of fan theories claiming the chemistry wasn't acting at all. Meanwhile, the media dissected the symbolism embedded in the trailer. Critics highlighted the forbidden love dynamic as an echo of classic tragic romances, but many insisted the story felt elevated by Sam and Caitriona's history. Their past collaboration brought emotional baggage that couldn't be fabricated. One magazine wrote, "They aren't just portraying lovers torn apart, they're channeling years of unresolved connection." That sentence alone generated over 500,000 retweets. But the biggest storm came from the behind-the-scenes interview clips released hours later. In one segment, the director described the chapel scene, the moment Sam whispers, "Then let it be worth dying for," as something that stunned the crew into stillness. "We expected a dramatic performance," he said. "What we got was something frighteningly real. When the cameras stopped, no one moved. No one breathed." Fans replayed the director's comment repeatedly, convinced there was more truth behind his words than he intended to reveal. Drama intensified when an anonymous production coordinator claimed the actors often stayed on set long after filming ended, running lines together, whispering through emotional beats, sitting close in the dim glow of the set lights. While these claims couldn't be verified, they ignited a wildfire of speculation. Many fans pointed out that no other co-stars could recreate a connection that felt like it had been lived, not acted. Then came the twist that made everything even more intense. A stylist from the production revealed that The Last Promise was not just another film for Sam and Caitríona, it was something they had agreed to years earlier. According to the stylist, the two had made a private vow during their Outlander days that if they ever returned to the screen together, it would be for a story that would break hearts and leave a mark. This film, the stylist claimed, was the fulfillment of that silent oath. The internet went feral over the idea that their return was tied to a personal promise made long before cameras rolled. The studio added fuel to the fire by releasing a final behind-the-scenes shot. Sam and Caitríona standing together between takes, forehead to forehead, eyes closed, sharing a quiet moment that felt too intimate to be promotional. The caption read simply, "The Last Promise begins where it all started." Fans screamed. Media outlets scrambled. Theories erupted everywhere. By the end of the day, it was clear that The Last Promise was more than a film. It was a reunion wrapped in secrets, emotion, and a chemistry that refused to fade. It was a forbidden love story on screen, and, according to many fans, a reflection of something deeper off-screen. And as millions waited for the film's release, one question echoed louder than everything else. Were Sam and Caitríona acting? Or finally telling a truth they had kept hidden for years?